today's episode. And in today's episode, we are going to look into about debt and debt management. Debt, when you talk about debt or loans, this is money borrowed from a friend, from an institution, with a promise to be paid back. And I know we ask ourselves, is debt a good thing or a bad thing? And I want to give this answer that there is no specific answer to that, because it depends with the purpose for which the loan was taken for. And there are many factors one should consider before taking a loan. Like, you want to know, do you have the ability to pay? What are the terms for this loan? And some of these are the factors that people do take up loans without wanting to know the full characteristics of this loan that you're taking. Now, there are many types of loans that we do borrow or we take out there. Like, there are business loans, there is a car loan, we have personal loans, we have credit cards and all these kind of loans. Personal development loans, like you take a loan, you go to school, you upgrade your education, all these kind of loans. And the issue is where one has more than one loan, and when it comes to repaying back these loans, one finds they have a challenge to repay back the loan. And today we are going to look into some of the methods that one can use to come out of debt and become debt-free. And also we are going to talk about, when you become debt-free, what are some of the things that you need to take into account to make sure that you live a debt-free life. Also, before taking up that loan, what are some of the factors that you need to know upfront before signing that loan form? So those are some of the factors that we are going to look into. And if you have more than one loan, you have mobile loans from other mobile platforms or the other online platforms, from your bank, from your chama, all over. How are you going to come out of debt? So now there are three major methods that are out there that one can employ, and they help you come out of debt. And one of them is the snowball method. With the snowball method, you list all your loans, from all platforms, not considering maybe the interest or anything, but list them from the least amount to the highest amount. And with the snowball method, we start paying off loan, starting with the smallest loan, or the loan with the least amount of money that you owe out there. And by so doing, you go kicking one by one out. And while you are paying these loans, on these other loans, you pay the minimal amount that you're supposed to pay. You pay the minimum amount that you should pay to avoid the raising alarms and things get against you. So you start by knocking off these debts, starting with the smallest amount of money. And the logic behind this snowball method is that once you pay off one of the loans, the person gets motivated. Like, you had maybe 10 loans, now one is off, you have 9. You are motivated to continue. So you start from the least going up. So that's the snowball method. And when you are at it, you make sure you pay the minimum amount to all other loans. And then the other one is the debt average. With the debt average, you list all your loans, and with this one, tries to make mathematical sense. Like, once you list all these your loans, you also start list together with their interest rates. And with the debt average method, you start repaying off the loan with the highest interest. You start with the highest interest as you maintain minimum balances on this other platform. When you knock off the one with the highest interest, it means you are left with even more money to be able to settle off these other debts. So once you start with the one with the highest interest, you go to the next as you knock one off as you finish paying all of them. And then the third one is the debt consolidation method. And with this method is whereby you list all your debts and they are consolidated into one loan. And with this, you'll be paying one installment. Like for example, I know you may have had where you hear the bank has bought my loan from other platform or all other loans, and you are issued out with one bigger loan. So with this, you pay only one installment. And this the good thing, like when you're paying only one installment, you do not need to be torn in where you have many loans that are being paid, the installment are being paid on different particular dates. With loan consolidation, you have one loan, you know the terms of this loan, the interest rate, and you are supposed to make only one installment to pay off the loans. So those are the three methods of knocking off your loans, like the snowball method where you start with the smallest as you continue paying the one with the highest amount. And with debt average is where you start with the one with high interest rate, and the other one is debt consolidation. Those are the three methods that I want us to look into today. And there are tips or things that I would like to put forward that one should consider anytime you're thinking of taking a loan. And I'm passionate about this matter because this is my area, and I have happened to come across many customers that they want a loan, and like if you try to probe them, you find like this person does not maybe need a loan now, or they have other options. So the factors that I want to advise anytime you're going for a loan, you want to know the terms of this loan. Like, what is the interest rate? You want to know the period for which you're going to pay off this loan. The reason I say about period, like if you're coming to borrow 50,000, you want to borrow 50,000, and maybe the repayment period is 1 month. With all your incomes you're earning, are you able to pay 50,000 in one installment? And keeping in mind, it is the principal plus the interest. You want to know the period for which you're going to repay this loan, because you do not also want to be harassed, like they are coming for the installment and you do not have the money. You also want to know the purpose for which you're taking this loan for. For example, if you're going for a loan to start off your business, you need to be given maybe a longer duration of time such that before the business picks up, you are able to maintain or to be repaying the installments that you people agreed. Another thing that you need to ask yourself, are there other maybe cheaper options out there? Don't just take a loan simply because you've been told that there's money available or you qualify. You want to know whether there are other cheaper options. And of course, go for the cheaper options, because when repaying back, it means the money is not as expensive when you go for the cheaper option. The other thing that I also want to ask, like when you're thinking of borrowing loan, ask yourself, must I borrow now? Must I borrow now? Is it that urgent? Is it something that I can do, maybe saving little by little, and in the course of time, maybe within a particular period of time, you have raised the money and you are able to pay off this or buy whatever it is that you wanted. Like for example, if it's school fees, you need to pay 30,000. Maybe you go talk to the teacher, bring them whatever you have, and make an arrangement to be paying on a monthly basis. Maybe don't borrow when it's not necessary for you to borrow. Another thing that you really want to know are all the interest. What are the interest rates for this loan? So those are some of the things that one should consider putting in mind or wanting to know upfront before you take up this loan. And also, when you've paid all your debts, you're debt free, you've been able to clear off your debts, and you are free now. Some tips that I may put forward is that to avoid getting back into that trap, make sure to live within your means. Live within your means. Whatever it is your income is, make sure to manage that and be able to live within the incomes that you're earning. Number 2 thing, have a budget. I will keep saying this because I know a budget is a necessary tool that each and every one of us needs to have. With a budget, you are able to know where your money goes. Whatever it is you earn, you instruct your money what to do, and you are able to know to budget even for the savings, such that you even have some money left aside for you for your investment. And another thing, don't borrow A to pay B. And by so doing, when you've budgeted, when you've living within your means, another thing that you can do to supplement your income is making sure that you are adding another income source, like looking for a side hustle, working extra hours, whatever it is that you need to do to make sure you supplement your income. Kindly go ahead and do the same. So those are some of the tips that I would want to give concerning loans and debt management. And I hope that you found this to be insightful. And I want to welcome you to consider liking this video, sharing it widely so that we can all learn and we become better people. I always appreciate for coming to this platform, learning, and we do this together. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next episode.